reason I chose an occupation was that I feel that the talent now is good, but I feel that the old school ways was kind of a little bit better and more intelligent than it is now. I'm not down on nobody or anything, how they coming out with the music right now, but what led me to it is that I gotta bring back the old soul of music as far as hip hop, R&B, neo soul, because you know blues come from gospel. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to bring that jazzy feeling back because I am the occupation. Well, to be honest, really no school can actually even teach what I know. But a lot of things I learned in school, regular high school, as far as music teachers, anything like that, as far as how to use certain instruments. But the only instrument I really learned how to use is my voice. But then I learned how to use playing beats and use the snares and different things like that. School can't teach what I know. They only can critique what I already have in me. My job responsibilities is to keep things organized. Basically promote myself, sell myself, keep myself, as far as my appearance, right, to look at for my carriers to come in and look at me. I have many jobs as far as organizing people's masters, mixing and mastering, editing, and digital design is what I do on the side, making sure my vocals are critique. Anything else is just something added on. I do a lot of things. This is not the only job that I do as far as being a producer. I also was an artist first. So I have many jobs as a producer and an artist. My typical day is like a lot of freestyling, a whole lot of rush. It's a big rush as far as that everybody wants to be in the studio. You got rappers here, you got singers here, you got producers and engineers here. You got a lot of people want to get in, a lot of energy going on, a lot of vibe happening. So it's kind of hard because you want to vibe with this person, you want to vibe with that person, you want to make sure this song is a hit, this song is a hit, but everything is not going to come out exactly as everybody wanted to. But you got a lot of people around you to give you an opinion or to critique whatever you're trying to bring out. So being a producer and seeing a lot of things is kind of like a big rapper studio party. It's like a party always going on. But on the other half, it's still business. If I'm hiring a person for the job to work with us, I look for skill, I look for the energy, I look for trust. A person has to be very diligent in what they do. A person has to always want to go to the top. You can't stay in one place. You got to be able to handle change. You got to be able to handle criticism. I got to see that basically, are you qualified to even be on stage? What is your major talent? What do you do? How can we get you to sell? So my thing is, it's not really too many qualifications on the talent that you bring. You got to make sure that it's perfect enough to promote you. And hopefully they can make us money and help you. That's whatever you kind of bring to the table. It's not that hard. The positive and the negative occupation, as far as my job or what I do, is that the positive part is you will enjoy yourself, you will get to travel, you will get to meet different people that probably can take your career to another level. But as far as your music on the negative part is, everybody is not going to make it. I don't care how good your music is. The worst thing is being held back or treated like what they call a musical slave. Me, myself, I am a studio guy. I can be in the studio all day and record, but that don't mean I'm gonna make it. I can just be doing this because I like music. But if you're not what's in that time and that season to be sold because they're selling a certain type of music at a certain time, you won't make it that year. You'll be held back and shelved and paid probably close to nothing. But the positive thing about it is when it's your time, it's your time. But you gotta be prepared. It's really not a positive or negative thing about this job. It's just dealing with all the crap that it comes with and dealing with all the fun that it comes with, because the fun can be something bad also. Because if you do it too much, you get caught up in the hype, you might end up with nothing. Me being a producer, the salary range that I was equipped with was that my salary really was hourly, but sometimes more or less monthly, or sometimes yearly because of the contract that I was in. you could say that you normally make 45,000 a year if I'm not really promoting anybody like that, but regularly under the basis of that, I'll probably only make about $10,000 to $9,000. It depends on how fast am I working, what's good with my ability to go out there and push what I'm trying to sell. So, my price range, I say right now about $10,000 a month. About that, if I'm doing good. Other occupations that are related to mine is me being a vocalist. It's mostly people that make beats. If you know how to play a saxophone, you can sing like a saxophone. Because a lot of things, basically music and singing is the same thing. That's just like a doctor. It's operating. I operate on this track as well as he operates on the body. Everything is more or less than a rhythm. It's like tap dancing. There's many occupations that you can relate what I do to other jobs that has nothing to do with music. Poetry is just like music. Everything has yet not to rhyme, but it has to have a rhythm. It has to make sense. Anything that doesn't make sense, to me, it's not a good occupation. That's just a lot of junk being thrown on good music. Which I mean by good music is the instrumental beat. So many jobs can be related to what I do. Beatboxing is a very good thing because beatboxing helps with your win. So it's many things that relate to what I do outside of it. Mostly the instruments that are used in the musical game right now, you got a lot of people that use the Mac computers, or you got a lot of people that use the Galaxy touch screens, or the MV88. The MV88 was used by one of the members from Wu-Tang. He rarely says it's a good thing to use to make beats off of. You got some people that use a small board, and you got some people that use a full board. We use a small board. And we use a lot of compressors. We actually use a lot of equalizers. It's good to have that. But as far as the speakers, it's good to have the best type of speakers, and you will never get the best mix that you can get. Sound traps, as far as the best mic, because the mic is the most important thing out of the whole situation. The mic and the monitor that it's running from, and the person on it. Sometimes it's not even about the mic, because you bring the 50% of the 100 of you and the mic being together. Y'all like basically as one. So if you don't project within that mic, it's not the microphone's fault that the song sounds like crap. So basically you gotta be a business person to learn how to find yourself to get to know what you're doing. Me, I get to know what I'm doing. I know all the equipment I'm using, how far to stand away from the microphone, how close, or how do I gesture my voice and project the notes that I'm coming out with to make sure everything comes out crisp and clear. So it's not that hard. It's really actually more as far as Pro Tools, Reasons, Fruity Loop, beat makers and stuff as such, because they use vocals also. It's actually too much equipment to even really explain on camera. My advice for anybody trying to join this organization is to do the best that you can. Make sure that your talent is crisp, and basically make sure you got all your business paper intact, because that's the most important thing. If your business paper is not right, that's even more important than the business that you're trying to do. You do music, dance, anything. It's not more important than that black and white. So long as nobody can mess you around on the end, your career will be protected. So all I say is, it's an enjoyable thing, and have fun while you do it. Other than that, just make sure the business part is right so you won't be messed over at the end.